What's up guys, I'm Nomadic. Today we're at the last episode of the Ableton series. Obviously, hopefully this isn't the first episode you're watching. You should just start right at the beginning if it is. So today is kind of just going to be a really quick overview of how I finished the song. I kind of went through, I did some engineering using the audio effects just to kind of polish it up and make it sound good. And I did a little bit of automation, so you're going to want to probably want to know what that is. I'm going to talk about it a little bit in this video, not a lot. And yeah, today's just supposed to kind of just be like a general overview of what I did, and then how to export the song so you can kind of just get it out of the program. So check this one out. So now I had everything arranged, and I figured out how I wanted everything to sound in terms of how the song was going to change with the composition. So the last thing that I did, and it's already completed, and I'm just going to kind of go through so you can see it. The last thing I did was I did a little bit of mixing. I did some engineering with the audio effects to make everything kind of blend together and sound really nice, which is a really big part of making beats, is like the engineering aspect. It's pretty important. But I also did some stuff called automation. And automation is basically putting an effect on a track and having that track change with time, and the effect also changes with time too. So what that does is when you're listening to it, again, it doesn't have it sound like static. It sounds like it's like kind of like evolving, and it kind of changes the sound. So I'm gonna go over this really quick so you can see what I did. So I didn't really do a lot with the drums, but a big thing here is kind of like actually using the sends and returns that I talked about in the first episode. So as you can hear, this guitar on its own just sounds like this, but when I turn the send up to go to the echo, it has more of like a vibe, you know what I mean? It gives it like an ambient vibe. So with the rest of the beat, it sounds cool because it's like it has more like depth and a little bit more detail. So with the guitar, I kind of started it like in the beginning. I had it a little bit thinner, and what I did was I kind of used this automation to change kind of how the guitar sounded on its own. So when the beat dropped, it kind of just had more of a full sound. And if you guys have any questions about like how I did all this engineering stuff, it's impossible to cover it all in one video because it's a lot. But I could for sure make more videos on engineering if you guys have any questions. But mostly just compression and EQ is really what I'm doing on all these tracks, just to get things to blend. Getting the levels to balance, using EQ to have everything sound nice, and then compression is really the key. And again here with these chops that I made, I just added this effect. I added this, these are all Ableton effects by the way. I added this, what is this? This is like a filter delay. I think this is a filter delay. And the filter delay gives the guitar chops this like really spacey kind of vibe. So this is what it sounds like without it. And this is what it sounds like with it. Just kind of changes up how it sounds, you know? And it helps because it kind of just adds the texture, you know what I mean? That's just how I like to produce. I think it sounds pretty good, so I recommend it. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, just all about getting the balance to sound good. And I added a cymbal for my kit. Go get my kit. All these sounds are free. And that's basically it, you know what I mean? Just EQ, compression, automation. I can make another video about automation if you guys have any questions about how I did all this stuff. And then the very last thing, to export the song, you just kind of set how long you want it to be with this marker right here. You click it, and then you just go File, Export Audio Video. And the best thing about Live 10, you can export to MP3. Amazing. So you just turn Encode MP3 on, you click Export, and that's it. You're done. Alright guys, so that's the end of this series. kind of like I was saying before, if you guys have any questions, just in general, hit me up. Anything about engineering, I can make more videos about that if you guys are curious about it. Stuff about automation, really just anything you guys want to learn or anything you guys are curious about. Just drop comments so I can get a sense of like what you guys are looking for, and kind of just like what videos you'd like me to make in the future. So again, I really hope this series was helpful to you. I hope you learned something from it, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks.